combination of that. Our first inductee, from a legendary family, Captain John Lavrakas. John Lavrakas was an outstanding halfback at Watertown High School under Coach Ed Ward. How long Coach Ward coached? He coached both me and Coach Lavrakas. He was a teammate of Hall of Famer Bob Daughters. He also was a solid second baseman come springtime, helping lead the Red Raiders to a conference title in 1932. Upon graduating in 1933, he attended Massachusetts State College, now UMass Amherst. He was an outstanding baseball player in Amherst and in the Boston Summer League, and an outstanding baseball player at Watertown High School. John Lavrakas graduated from Massachusetts State in 1938 with a Bachelor of Science. He was expected to become a landscape architect, but in June of 1941, he joined the Navy and was commissioned as an ensign. He was stationed at the University of California to study diesel engines until the fall of 1941, at which point he went out to sea. Along with another ship, John's USS Salt Lake City was headed back into port on December 7, 1941, and that port was Pearl Harbor. His ship immediately went back out to hunt for submarines and to make hit-and-run attacks in the Japanese forces around the Marshall Islands and Wake Island. He escorted the USS Hornet en route to Tokyo for the famous Doolittle raid in April of 1942. That August, he was with the Marines on their way to Guadalcanal. In October, after a nasty night battle with the Japanese cruisers, severely damaged his ship. Returning to action, he participated in the invasions of the Gilbert and Marshall Islands and on the raids of Truk and Peleliu Islands, covered General MacArthur's invasion of all of the Southeast Asian islands, and in all, John earned 11 battle stars during the Pacific War. He stayed in the Navy until after the Korean War ended in 1953 and stayed in the reserves until 1972. After Korea, he signed on with the Ford Motor Company and worked in Michigan until 1982, and after what was supposed to be retirement, he worked personally for Henry Ford II as a consultant on various construction projects. Today, he is, in fact, a spry 89, still plays golf, with one to be known that he has 2 holes in 1, both achieved in his 80s. I would like to introduce, back to Watertown, great Watertown high school athlete, warrior from the greatest generation, Captain John Lavrakas.
Said most of what I was going to say, so I'll make it brief. Father Metaxas and members of the Watertown High School Athletic Hall of Fame. I am honored to be here today and to have been selected to be inducted into the Watertown Athletic Hall of Fame. It was a great and pleasant surprise for me when Ben Killian gave me the news. The town of Watertown has been an important part of the Lavrakas family's life. Our parents, Apostle and Popo, emigrated to the United States from Constantinople, Turkey in 1913 and settled in Watertown and raised their family of 4 boys. Alexander, who is now deceased, and who also played football and baseball in Watertown High. Vasilis, better known as Babe, who played football in Watertown and he played football at Mass State. And Lavrakas, or Lefty as you know him, who was inducted several years ago. I am the oldest of the 4 boys. The early years of my parents' early years in America were a struggle. However, their faith, their belief in hard work, and all the essential principles of love of family gave them strength. They instilled in us the importance of family values and educational ideals. Incidentally, our family lived around the corner here on Elton Avenue for 21 years. And our parents, of course, as Father Metaxas said, were founders of this Taxiarchy Church. Besides the religious values and education ideals, they encourage us to participate in athletics. Athletics have always been a major part of my life from a youngster. Athletics instill passion, confidence, and values in young people. Also develop character and teach how to win and lose in life. As was pointed out, I played football and baseball at Watertown High, and baseball and hockey in Mass State. And it was pointed out that I graduated from the University of Massachusetts and joined the Navy, and what happened to me during those years in the Navy. As I say, I remained in active duty in the Navy until December 1953, when the Korean War ended. I left active duty and went to work for Ford Motor Company for the next 29 years. Throughout my life, I've always stressed the importance of athletics for young people. I supported and actively participated in the programs of Little League baseball and hockey in Birmingham, Massachusetts, where my wife and I still live. Our son Paul and daughter-in-law Barbara live in Stamford, Connecticut, and our grandson Nicholas and his wife Simone, who is an Australian lassie, who live in Perth, Western Australia. I would be remiss if I did not thank my youngest brother Lefty, whom most of you know and who was also inducted in the Watertown High School Athletic Hall of Fame, for submitting my name to your committee, and also to Ben Achillian, who has done such a fine job coordinating this. There are no doubts others that should be thanked, but the one I'm most grateful to is the Lord, who has granted me and my family so many blessings. Thank you again for this great honor.
Thank you, Captain Lavrakas, for those words. You both read and walk better than I.